51. This is The Legend. 105.3, 95.3. WDXE.
Speaking of legends, Stanley's in the house.
I'm not one of them.
Stanley, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. We inducted a legend last week in the Lawrence County Sports Hall of Fame. I got the honor to do Jack Cheatwood, who used to own this radio station, WDXE, for many years.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That was a nice event.
That was. It was. We had it down at the on the square at 1819 restaurant. Thank you for those folks for their patience and their good food that they had and the great service that we got.
Yeah.
But we had 12 inductees. Don't ask me who all they were.
Oh,
again.
wow. You know, I only knew of a handful, but I knew there were more.
Yeah, we had some folks from Loretto, Summertown, and of course Lawrence County. So
Right.
we may change that up next year a little bit.
Yeah.
But that was our third year doing it.
Yeah.
Exports. That was their, I say our.
Yeah. Well, you've been
I was
a
going
part
to
of
be
it.
a part of Exports, and I went to them, and they said, "Well, we don't know. You've been on radio." I said, "Yeah. What's wrong with that?" They said, "Well, you have a face for radio, not video."
Well, but you're still kind of involved with it, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
I thought so.
Oh yeah.
I thought so.
But
Well,
we have no local sports right now as far as the schools go. We're going to have the Babe Ruth and softball starting up for adults, and
yeah, Babe Ruth just started, and Daniel's playing, but the first game was rained out, and the second game was last night, and they had planned a trip a while back to Atlanta, so he was in Atlanta watching the Braves last night.
Oh,
so
good.
He didn't get to play in the first game.
yeah.
But I did watch it on Exports, and our team got beat like 12-0 or something. I forget.
Oh.
So anyway, maybe we'll do better later.
Yeah.
We'll do better later. So anyway, he's all excited about playing, that's for sure. But he had to miss. Of course, he was all excited to get to go to the Braves game last night. Anyway. Yeah.
Well, are you into pickleball?
I'm not. I kind of would like to be.
Yeah.
I think I'd like it.
You and I need to go.
We do.
Probably move about the same rate.
Yeah, I would be pretty slow at it.
I would be too.
Now, years ago, I played tennis quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I really got into it there at one point and played quite a bit. We had a group of guys that played, and some of them are still playing that played back then. But I couldn't do it now. I don't think I could do tennis.
Well, there's a big group of people are playing now, and I was reading in the paper yesterday that the city has made some pickleball courts, indoor pickleball courts over at the Rotary Park. They're not quite finished yet, but they're getting very close to completion, so that's good for the community.
Well, it has really exploded as a popular sport for
Yeah.
people. It's a little less difficult, I guess, than tennis.
Yeah, the court's smaller, and
Yeah.
the ball doesn't go as fast. So
It's made for
geezers like us.
us seniors, I guess, a little bit. But I tell you, if you've seen people that play more on a pro level, it's pretty fast. Have you?
Oh
ever,
yeah, I've watched.
Have
yeah.
you seen some of them?
Oh,
that and I'm like, wow, I don't think I could keep up with that either.
Yeah, I mean, it was a sport that I thought it was going to be created for people that used to play tennis that
Yeah.
don't want to play tennis as much anymore.
Yeah, I've moved on to billiards,
And darts.
billiards and darts.
Yeah.
Yes, and board games.
Board game.
Yeah, a chess game is pretty good too. Chess and checkers and what have you. So anyway.
Well, it's disappointing. It's going to be hard to watch the women's softball World Series tonight after Alabama and Tennessee got beat twice on Monday.
Yeah, what was the controversy that was with the Tennessee-Texas game? There was something.
The Texas Tech game the other day.
I don't know what happened, but something happened, and there was a big
Well, they had
uproar.
Texas Tech had a former Lady Vol playing for them,
Yeah,
and according to her, the coach of Tennessee said something to her, and she didn't appreciate it. But it turns out they went back and looked, and they never could find her saying that.
yeah,
So it's she said,
yeah.
and who knows what the truth is.
Yeah, who knows?
But
Who knows?
there
I
was
would
bad blood
think
there.
I would think that a coach would know better.
Yeah, I don't think Karen.
To just
I
say
think her name
something
Karen
stupid.
Weekly. She's been there for years, and
Yeah.
she's not going to be that kind of person to do that.
I wouldn't think so.
I think she said something on the line of "you should have stayed here" or something like that, or
Yeah.
some sort of.
Or I mean,
But that's what the player said. So
Yeah,
well
and
done.
I mean, what if she just said, "Hey, we could have used you"? That would have been a compliment.
yeah, I wish you were still with us.
So what about it anyway?
And I'm
well,
sure.
the long story short, though, Tennessee's out.
Yeah, they're out, and Alabama's out, so it's Texas Tech and Texas, which I think is a rematch from last year. And
Listen,
gonna
girls,
be hard to watch.
Girls college softball is fierce.
oh yeah, they compete.
I mean, it's fierce.
Yeah.
I doubt I could hit a softball from one of
Oh
those
man,
pitchers.
they said like 70 or 72
Yeah.
is like 100 miles an hour in baseball.
Yeah,
something like that.
I don't see how they do that, and they can put some spin on it.
Oh yeah, they can make it go up and go down, go sideways.
It's pretty fierce.
And pitching is the key to that. I mean, you have to. Mm-hmm. You got a good pitcher, you got a good chance of winning.
Yeah,
Yeah. And both of those teams do have that.
yeah. They got good fielders too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
exciting to watch actually. And the ball's big enough I can see it.
Unlike I did watch a hockey game last night. The first game.
Oh no,
of the
really?
NHL championship. It's my cup. It's the Stanley Cup.
That's right, the Stanley Cup.
But I think that game was like 5-4. There was a lot of scoring.
Oh, really? That's high scoring for a hockey game.
And I kind of got into it. I'm like, I've never watched hockey, but I was trying to figure out what, I knew what offsides was. I'm trying to figure out what icing is and why do they go to the back to wherever they go. And I had my computer there looking all that stuff up, and it started to make sense to me.
Yeah.
And the power play and all that.
So they can't go across the line until the puck does or something. I forget what it is.
Well, you can't on the offside. Everybody has to be behind the blue line before the puck goes over.
Okay. So that's an
not like,
offside.
yeah, that's not like that keeps you from having an offensive guy standing down there snowbirding, what we call it. But
Yeah. So what is icing?
icing is when you take the puck and it goes over your red line, which is the line at the goal. If nobody, they did that to way back in the day. They used to do that to delay the game. Like if you had a big lead. Or even a 1-goal lead, then you could take the puck and then throw it back into their zone, and it would delay the game. So they stopped doing that.
Oh, okay.
So that's when you take the puck and send it all the way down the rink, and it goes past the red line, which is where the goal is.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I think.
That slows it
and I'm
down.
not an expert.
That slows it. I have a client who is very much into hockey.
Well,
And he's been he don't want me to, he don't want to talk to me while the hockey game's on.
well, there's a lot of Predator fans here in Lawrence County. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, there are, and I've been to a couple of Predators games.
Yeah.
They're fun. I didn't know what was going on most of the time, other than when they score a goal.
Right.
Well, we scored or they scored, but I remember I remember one of the fans laughing at me because they were trying to score, and I just said, this is a frustrating sport. I just made that comment, and the guy overheard me, and he laughed at me like you idiot, you don't know what you're talking about.
You're right. I know.
I don't have a clue what's going on. But it is a spectacle to see. So anyway, all right, well, good deal. Went to see, just for conversation's sake, you've heard of Nate Bargatze.
Oh yeah. His
he's-
father-in-law's from West Point. John Blair.
Really? Is that his father-in-law? I heard that. So okay, and then his dad. I mean, he's from Nashville.
Yeah, he grew up in Nashville.
Grew up in Nashville. His dad was a clown,
Right.
and of course he ended up being just a stand-up comic, and he is just exploded in popularity.
Oh yeah.
And now he's got a movie out.
and he's a good, clean comedian. He
Yeah,
does it.
good, clean stuff too.
Yeah.
You take your family to see him and see the movie. Teresa and I went to the movie the other night.
Well, how'd you like it?
It was good. Of course, it's based on his comedy,
Right.
of course, and it has a good little message to it too. It's just a very funny, good movie.
You could take your kids
Oh, yeah.
and not be embarrassed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's we don't see that from Hollywood.
We don't see it a lot, and I was tickled that his movie stayed within his value range, evidently, so it was good.
I want to go see it. I want to go see the, June 6th is coming up for the D-Day. And there's a movie coming out about that.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. That'll be
Excuse
interesting.
me.
Stanley Wilson's here, everybody. Of course, he is Harvest Financial for your financial planning. And this is his hour on Wednesday mornings. And, of course, we invite your phone calls, 766-9393. And we got someone calling already. I'm sure it would happen. Good morning to you.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you a little bit. You're kind of fuzzy.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure. His presentation was real relevant to me last week. Now, most of my things had been taken care of, but one of the things that jumped into my mind, he covered people making wages, or working after they retire, or maybe when they retire, but also they're required to get their minimum distribution out. So that would count as a factor. But I was wondering, for example, I learned from Mr. Perchowski last week to ask a question when I was meeting about something about you could do he didn't answer that part of the question, but you can do a POD on a rollover to an IRA if it's in a bank that's FDIC insured. But if he has a chance, I think the general public, and I would like to know this too, where do you draw the line between where you see a financial planner, a CPA, attorney, or how do they interact overall?
Good question.
All right. Well, that's a lot, but we'll try to take it on, okay?
Well,
Okay.
a lot of people, they go, I don't have enough for financial planning. Well, if you've got an income and savings and you own real estate, you need some sort of planning of some sort.
Yeah.
And to answer her question, it depends on, how much money you have, and how far in depth you want to go with a financial plan.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have people that are willing to get serious about their finances first.
Yeah.
They have concerns, going back to, people in retirement, the biggest concern is, do I have enough money to live for the rest of my life comfortably?
Yeah.
And then they start thinking about, okay, after I die, what's going to happen to my estate? And that's where Mr. Perchowski comes in.
Sure.
And I help in that situation too. I do life insurance. And you can do annuities. But what she was talking about is POD means paid on death. And if you've just got a regular checking account at a bank, it is wise to go down there and designate a person to be your POD, because that way that person has access to your checking account. Now with IRAs, whether it be at a bank or annuity or mutual fund or whatever, the word IRA means, it's just a generic word that means individual retirement account. But what that does is you have a beneficiary attached to it, and it bypasses probate. Probate is another word for validating your will.
Yes.
Say if you have a will and you leave your real estate property to whomever, if you've got a house, a farm, rental property, or whatever it may be, whatever real estate you have, your will dictate who gets that. Now, you can create a trust, and that's a whole other story, and that's what Mr. Perchowski does.
Mm-hmm.
He creates trust, and you could do that also. But with an IRA, you can have that money outside of your will. With a beneficiary, it like I said, it bypasses probate. Now, her question is, when do I use a CPA and an attorney? Well, a CPA's role is they dwell on taxes.
Yes.
A financial planner, they dwell on growth and distribution of your wealth. An attorney will, of course, be the legal guy to set up trust, to write your will, to do those kind of things.
Yes.
So,
And all of those roles are important for you.
it is, and my background is financial education. That's what I got my degree in at the University of Alabama, and we were taught to be like the quarterback of the team. You take your PNC agent, for your home and cars. You got that person in your life. You got an attorney that's doing your paperwork, your legal work for you. You got that person. You may have a banker you have a relationship with. You may have a CPA or a person that does your income taxes. But if those people don't know what your finances are, they can't give you the correct advice you need without knowing everything. And that's where a financial planner comes in. He can take that and take in all that information that you give him, and then go, okay, let's go talk to your CPA because you're doing this with your taxes, and I think you might be better off doing this. Let's ask your CPA first.
Yeah.
Or, you got concerns, you want to leave some money to your kids, and you don't want to leave some money to some people or whatever it may be.
Sure.
We'll go to the lawyer for that, and then
Sure.
Whatever the situation is, but that's kind of a team approach to your finances. And a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people say, well, I don't have enough money for a big financial plan. Well, you don't have to do that. You don't have to go through all those people if you don't, if you don't want to. It's going to cost you, but it could save you a whole lot of money and save your family a whole lot of headache at the time of your death.
Well, we've talked about this with Perchowski, that because a lot of people think that trusts are only for the wealthy.
Right.
And that's not necessarily so.
Right. I'm glad he brought that out.
And neither is financial planning.
No. I mean, like I said, somebody that's just got Social Security coming in, don't have any real estate, they're getting government aid from things like that.
Sure.
Those people may not have that big of a need. They still have a need. There's still a need there.
Right.
Because, everybody's going to die. And so my job is to make you aware of that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But no, that's not my job. My job is to say, okay, when you die, what do you want to happen to your estate, to your whatever money or whatever.
Sure.
So, and some people don't have anything. Some people have a lot.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the circumstance.
Yeah. Yeah. I would think that financial planning would be on the front burner, or should be, pretty soon in life. I was thinking about my daughter May, who is just getting started. She's got a little part-time work now with the hospital and going to school. She will be 18 in August. Okay, so she's still got a ways to go, but it's not too early.
No.
It's not, because she's going to be having a little bit of an income.
Right.
And plus she's got her responsibilities, those kinds of stuff. And I've already been thinking about, okay, how do I need to put her with somebody or get her started on a good savings? Of course, we've been saving for her anyway, but I'm just saying that she needs to take the helm at this point. Dad's been doing it this far.
Well, she's 18.
So she's 18, so she's beginning that adulthood.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to say, okay, I've got to get her acclimated to taking care of her own finances.
Well,
and we've done some of that already, but I'm just saying.
Some of the stupid things I did, I went out and bought a car with a car payment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I'd taken that car payment and invested it into just an S&P 500 mutual fund, I'd have a lot more money than what that old car, can't even remember what it was I bought way back then.
I understand. And we all make our financial mistakes,
But as a young person, the younger you are, the less money you really have to save.
Yeah.
Because you get, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago about compounding interest.
Oh, yeah.
And time and compounding interest is
kind of magic.
It is magic. and the thing about it is, when you start saving and start putting back, you start seeing the rewards of it and going, hey man, my bank account's growing, my savings account's growing. I think I want to put more money into it.
Yeah.
Now there's some people that say, oh, I got enough money now, I'm gonna go buy this brand new TV and video game machine or whatever,
Right.
But you can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm facing with Daniel. If he gets a pocket full of money, he wants to spend it.
Well, I tell people.
Of course, he's 15, so there you go. Let's see if somebody wants to talk to us here. Good morning. How are you?
I was telling Stanley, we was talking a while ago about he bought a car rather than put that money in the bank.
Yeah.
Tell him if easier to pick a girl up back then in a car rather than walk.
Yeah, that would be. But if you found that girl that would rather walk with you than have that bright, shiny car, that may be the girl for you.
That's right.
That's right, buddy.
Bottom line, at the end of the day, you'd have a lot more fun. Putting that $76 in the bank, probably the car payment probably wasn't that high back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's Big D. And of course, he favors cars a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey,
Yeah, we love cars.
nothing like the smell of a brand new car.
Yeah,
is
well,
there?
we love old cars too.
Yeah.
So anyway, we have a love affair with our vehicles. We do, but sometimes they can be a terrible expense.
Yeah, I mean, I have people. I had a client one time. She said, well, my financial planning is I'm paying off my house early. I said, well, that's good. I'm glad you're doing that. But let me ask you, what other debts do you have? Well, I've got a car payment and my husband's got a truck payment. I said, well, are you paying those off quickly? Oh, no. I said, why not? She said, because I want my house paid for. I said, well, I understand that, but let's look at your debt. You have a house. What is it doing every year? It's appreciating. It's going up in value.
That's right.
You have a car and a truck. What are they doing? They're going down in value.
That's right.
So pay off your car and pay off your truck before you start paying off your house. There's nothing wrong with paying off your house early. I agree.
Yeah.
But
But you're getting eat up on interest on
a car
on
and
a
a truck.
vehicle that's depreciating rather than appreciating.
and the interest rates are always higher than what it is on a mortgage.
Yeah.
Because banks know that. Because banks know, and you can't have a loan at a bank or a lender without collision insurance.
Yeah,
Right?
that's right.
They don't care about your liability. They want you to have collision insurance. That's
Right.
where if you wreck it, if you're the faulted.
Yeah, they're protecting what they've got financed.
Right. So, but they also know that that vehicle is depreciating.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and they're making money off of this interest, of course.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, Stan, when it comes to investing, I mean, there's like a world of investments. I mean, I'm talking
There's
about
more and more nowadays.
I mean, yeah. I mean, first of all, of course, I think of real estate as an investment. Okay, real
Yep.
estate's an investment.
Yep.
Cows can be an investment.
Yep.
Okay, they can also be a great expense.
Yep.
And they can get out.
Well, it's a business,
And they can get out.
and they can get out of pastures. Go to your son-in-law.
Trust me, they do. But I'm just thinking about all the ways that we have in the United States to invest our money and possibly make money. And then, of course, the stock market. I mean, and there's all that. And there's individual stocks, and then there's growth fund stocks that those kind of things.
Well-
so when someone comes to you and they're just green as a gourd, maybe like me, and they
You're
say,
not green
and
as a
I would
gourd.
say, Stanley, I
see-
don't know nothing. I don't have nothing. I've got an income, and I need to start saving. So where was kind of what would be the first thing you try to talk somebody into or guide them into?
Okay. PS&G.
I don't know what that is.
All right, that's protection, savings, and growth.
Okay, good.
When somebody comes into me, I tell them, look, there's only three things that's going to happen to you in your financial world. One is you're going to live to be a old person like me and have a retirement.
Yeah.
That's more than likely that's going to happen. Two is you could get hurt, you could get sick, you could not be able to work,
Yeah.
and you're going to lose your income.
Lose your source of income. Yeah.
So you got to protect that. Or three, you could die before you get to that retirement age. And if you've got loved ones behind that depend on your income, you're
Yeah.
going to leave them in a bind when you die.
Yeah.
So you need life insurance. So you got retirement.
Yeah.
That could be your 401k at work, or it could be a IRA that you create. You've got your disability insurance that you need to protect your income, and then you got life insurance that you need. Now, PS&G, the P is protection, because you got your home protected, you got your cars protected. You would never go out on the highway if you knew your policy had lapsed and you didn't have any coverage,
Right.
right?
Right.
And your mortgage people would not let you drop your homeowner's insurance.
Right.
And even if you even if you had your house paid for, you'd have to look and say, okay, how much is it going to cost me to replace this house?
Sure.
I want to get it insured.
Sure.
So the same way with your money, you got to insure your income and insure your life against premature death and against disability. But the next step is the S, and that's where, like your 18-year-old, you need to be encouraging her, say, look, we never know when Murphy's Law is going to appear.
Mm-hmm.
When the air conditioning goes out in the house, when your car messes up, whatever it may be, put money back to take care of those things. And most experts say 6 to 12 months of expenses.
Right.
So if your expenses are $3,000 a month, then you need $18,000 in a savings account. That's 6 months.
Yeah.
And that's a good place to start. Now, if you listen to Dave Ramsey, the baby steps in his process is $1,000, which is good.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out here that don't have any savings, and then when something does happen, they run down to the pawn shops, the check cashing places, the title places, whatever it is. And the reason they're doing that is because they don't have the money to take care of that.
They don't have that emergency fund.
Unexpected emergency.
Right.
So
Right.
that's probably the biggest part is getting started, is make sure you got liquid savings. Put it
Yeah.
in a savings account that you can get to overnight.
Yeah.
Then the growth comes in. That's the fun part. That's
Yeah.
where you put money into a 401k or an IRA.
Yeah.
Now, you were asking about investments. Well, there's mutual funds, and what mutual funds are is a combination of stocks that, depending on the type of mutual fund, it may be a growth mutual fund, it may be an international mutual fund. They invest in different stocks according to their rules and regulations they have within that mutual fund.
Sure.
Now, you being a real estate guy, that person may say, you know what, I don't want the stock market. I want to buy houses and either flip them or fix them up and start renting them.
Right.
So there's real estate investors, and real estate has been one of the best returns on people's money that there ever has been. But it's, like we saw in 2008, it can go down quickly if
Yeah.
you're not careful. So, but real estate is a solid piece of property that you could borrow against, that you can rent it out. Like I said, you could take a house and fix it up and make good money on it, whatever.
Right.
So it depends on the person. Now, you are a real estate person, so your forte is
I'm in that world, yes.
real estate investments and selling real estate, buying and selling real estate.
Right.
There's other investments out there. I tell you what, this is for accredited investors. I've been seeing this on the news advertisements. Accredited investor is someone that's worth $1 million,
Okay.
but they're offering like 10% for the next 5 years. But that's not guaranteed. That's not, and it may not be in the stock market. It may not be in the bond market. It may be. I don't know what they're investing in. Something was about student loans or something like that. I'm like, what? So
Yeah.
there's a lot of different alternative investments is what that's called.
Yeah.
And there's people that collect coins. It's got a coin collection.
Sure.
People are, nowadays you hear a lot of advertisements for about gold and silver.
You do, yes.
And people like to do that because it's like real estate. It's a solid asset that you can feel and touch if you have it. Now, there's some people that invest in a commodities or a precious metals mutual fund. You
Right.
can do that. That way you don't have to take delivery of a gold bar and worry about somebody stealing it from you or whatever. So some people invest that way.
Yeah.
So it all comes down to diversification. You got to be a little bit of everything. And
Yeah.
some people
you
not putting
mentioned
all your eggs in one basket.
you mentioned precious metals, gold or whatever, something like that. And you may know about this. I heard this, and I found it kind of, I didn't know if I believed it or not. But someone told me that if you gathered all the gold in the world up into one spot and put it into pure gold form, that it would only fill up maybe an Olympic swimming pool.
The physical gold.
The physical gold. if you gathered up all the gold that's and had it in its purest form, just gold, that it would be about the size of fill up an Olympic swimming pool. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but somebody told that as fact.
Well, I had a class in college, and we had a trip to New York City. We got to go visit the stock market and the commodities market.
Yeah.
But they also took us to the Federal Reserve building in New York City.
Yeah.
And of course, this was like in '98 before 9/11, so
Yeah.
security wasn't as strict as it is now.
Right.
But we went to the Federal Reserve, and we got in the elevator and went all the way down to the lowest floor, and that's where they keep the gold reserves for other countries.
Oh, really?
All these other countries have gold.
Yeah.
And these people, there's 3 of them that count the gold every day.
Every day.
Every day. And they wear these things over their shoes called tungsten, made out of tungsten, rather. And in case they take a bar and drop it on their foot, it doesn't crush their toes. But I said, why is it 3? They said, well, if it was 4, they would team up 2 and 2. Or if it was 2, they could team up 2 and 2. But with 3, that's an odd number. And
Oh, really?
Can't team up as a good, yeah.
Okay.
Against fraud.
Some weird.
I don't
some
know.
Weird deal.
Yeah, I don't know how they would get that out, but I mean, it was like 13 stories in the ground. That's
wow.
That's probably the furthest the earth I've ever been.
Wow.
Yeah, but that was interesting because they had all the gold reserves. Now, going back to your what you read about, I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know either.
You know, Fort Knox is supposed to be our largest gold
Yeah.
depository for the United States, so and they're not going to tell us how much gold is up there.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I mean that'd be kind of hard to do.
And there was a rumor mill that went around a while back that there wasn't even gold. There wasn't any in there at Fort Knox.
Yeah, probably.
And
There's
who
all
knows?
kinds of-
And who knows? You know.
well, I hope I didn't leave people on a.
No. I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting.
Well, for young people, the main thing is to create that savings
That's true.
because then you can start worrying about putting money into the stock market or your 401k or buying real estate or buying gold or whatever. But if you have that savings, that's a good foundation, you know.
Yeah.
And then when you take the money out, put it back in there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something going to happen, you know, hey, my transmission went out on my car. I got to come up with $3,000
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever it may be.
We just had a little emergency at the household. I say emergency. Our range, our cooking range. Teresa this has been a while back now. She said she heard it pop, and a pretty loud pop. And it turned out it was the oven element popped. It exploded,
Wow.
and so the oven was not working. Now we have it's a dual fuel type range, so it's gas on top and then electric oven. But anyway, so we had the repairman out to fix it, and he replaced the element, but that didn't work. So it was something else, and he said, well, maybe it's a fuse. Well, it wasn't that. So now it's the motherboard. You know, they're
Yeah.
it's the board. So that's going to be expensive, but it's not as expensive as replacing the whole thing.
Well, I was going to ask you what would it cost for a new one?
Well,
versus-
a new one would be a lot more, but so we're going to, just order the part and get it fixed. So there you are.
Yeah.
So,
well, those are things that happen.
yep, you got to be prepared, I guess. So, and that's part of what you're talking about is being prepared. I like that. The PSG. Now, what was the G?
Growth.
Growth. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I got to remember that.
So a lot of people start there because they get that first job and they come to them and say, okay, you've got a 401k. We're going to match 6% of your pay.
Yeah.
You know, sign up for this and pick out an investment you want to pick and good luck. I mean,
Yeah.
that's basically what it is.
Right.
And here's an 800 number if you got questions.
Yeah.
So they call, you know, and say, hey, I'm 20 years old, 21 years old, my first real job, and I want to put some money back for retirement.
Yeah.
And they don't ask, well, how much money do you have in savings? They don't ask that. They ask, okay, what kind of risk tolerance do you want?
Yeah.
You're 20 years old, we can get you the most aggressive. Yeah, let's do that, you know.
Yeah.
And that's it. But they don't say, hey, you know, what happens to your finances if you need money overnight?
Yeah.
You know, because when you put it in a 401k, you're kind of locking it away.
Yeah, you can't get it.
Right.
Not without some substantial
So-
penalty anyway.
People, before you start putting money into a 401k, have at least 3 months of expense.
Yeah.
You know, if you're, like I said, if your expenses are $3,000 a month, which is fairly low,
Yeah.
it's usually more than that.
Yeah.
You know, put back $10,000 in a savings account.
Yeah.
That's a good start. Then you can start putting money away in a 401k.
Well, we got another phone call coming in, and good morning. You're on with us again.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
My appointment with my first financial counselor, by the way, my husband's work took care of all this. We had access to legal or whatever, and that has its disadvantage because everybody's telling you what to do and you don't think much about it. But this was about a specific thing about a rollover. And we took care of it. I haven't got it done yet, but right now we've taken care of everything in 3 hours. And I assumed the bank, I didn't owe anything. I assumed he was on their payroll to do stuff like this because it was to help them understand the forms. My question is if I was coming to him about something, let's say as specific as that, does he have a free introductory meet with you?
Yes.
Talk to you on the phone? Does
Yes,
he charge
ma'am.
by the hour? Or does he charge by some other way? Because I think that's just one of people's reluctance, because one of the first things I wanted to know from the bank, I was going to do it, but to find out, was there a charge for this, and if so, how much? Because if there was, I was going to try. I might have shopped around, but I think they solved my problem because they wanted my business. But I just wanted to throw that out.
All right. Well, I'll ask you about that. Okay. Yeah. Stanley, your initial sessions or
Yeah, I mean,
your visits are no charge, right?
Yeah, and we had this question a couple of weeks ago, and I really haven't come down with still in this market right now. But, I mean, and since then, I've talked to a buddy of mine that lives up in Sparta, which is about the size of Lawrenceburg.
Yeah.
Maybe comparable.
Yeah.
And he was saying that they're charging $1,200 for a financial plan. Now, I don't know what all that entails. But that's pretty comprehensive if it's going to be $1,200.
Yeah, that's a
Now,
lot.
I'm not going to do that. But now I will disclose I do make commissions on some products that I sell.
Yes.
But that's up to you whether you want to buy them or not after we do a financial plan. And I'm still kind of going back and forth on the price of a financial plan right now. And
Sure.
I'm sorry I can't really pin that down.
Yeah.
But that was told $1,200, and I mean, if you go to Nashville or Brentwood or somewhere like that, it could be $3,000 or $5,000.
Yeah. 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 It's true.
But I'm not. I want to help.
But
I wanna help
an
folks.
initial appointment or initial consultation.
I'll do it for nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
mean,
just
it's
a
just-
matter of because sometimes I can't help people.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't want me to help them. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I don't want you to be committed, I guess is what it is.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be committed either. You
Yeah.
know, if I say, hey, look, you don't need to spend this much money. All you need to do is blah, 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 and you'll be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
something simple.
Well, I run into that too. There are times when we've talked to people about their real estate and it's or their property that maybe they want to auction, this, that, and the other, and it's not the best option for them. And when we say that, we say, look, that's not the best option for you. You need to do something different.
Right.
And that's part of, I guess, being in a small town community and building a reputation that people can trust.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm going to get into this here in a little bit if we have time, but wow, it's already 15 minutes to go in the hour.
I know we're eating it up, buddy.
But this month is Annuity Awareness Month. You thought it was Pride Month.
Oh. Well,
But
Tennessee.
it's Annuity Awareness Month.
Tennessee passed a law where it's how do they put it? Basically, it's Family Month. So anyway,
Family Month.
yeah.
Oh, so we're not doing Pride Month in
No,
Tennessee. we're doing
in Tennessee.
Family
In Tennessee, we're doing Family Month.
Well, in the financial world, it's Annuity Awareness Month.
Annuity Awareness Month. I'm not really familiar with annuities that much.
Well, you got Social Security.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an annuity.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's not, Stanley. It's Social Security.
I know. But that's where they came up with the idea
okay,
for
okay.
it. Is they based it on an annuity. You put money in, and then when you get a certain age, you start taking money out.
Yeah.
And people have a 401k, they build it up, and then they go, okay, I'm going to quit work, so I'm going to lose my income.
Yeah.
You lose your income when you retire.
Yeah.
So now you got to replace that income, and how do you do it?
Yeah.
You can roll it over into an annuity. An annuity is the only product that will guarantee you a lifetime income that you can never outlive.
Okay.
So that takes that worry away. Don't leave your kids money, leave them life insurance, because it's a better, more efficient way to transfer wealth to your kids. They get it tax-free. If you leave them your 401k or your IRA, they have to pay the taxes on it. Your spouse can inherit it without paying tax, but when the second death happens, then the kids have to pay. So if you've got $1 million, they may have to pay $300,000 to get that money.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, the government's going to get their money.
It's amazing.
But
Yeah.
with life insurance, you can buy a life insurance policy on you and your wife. There's a thing called second to die. It pays at the second death. Then that money is left to your kids, and that money is tax-free. The death benefit of a life insurance is tax-free.
Okay.
So then you can take your 401k and all your money and go, hey, we're going to go spend it. We're going to have a good time. We're going to travel. We're going to go do things. We're going to fix the house up, whatever it may be.
Right.
Because now I know that my kids are going to get a certain amount of money.
Right.
So now you've basically insured your retirement, because now you've got money coming in guaranteed, and you know that your kids are going to be taken care of. You want to leave them a legacy.
Yeah.
And you can do that. Now,
So this is a particular strategy then.
yeah.
Yeah. This is a particular strategy for.
Because people go, well, I don't want to, I'd take that trip with our, our church is going up to Branson, and I'd like to go, but I don't want to spend that money. Something may happen.
Yeah.
But see, if you know,
That sounds a lot like my wife.
well, there's
She
a
don't
lot of
ever
people,
want. She don't ever want to spend any money whatsoever
because something could happen.
because something could happen.
It's the what if this happens, And what's going to happen is that you're not going to spend your money in retirement.
Yeah.
You're going to die, and then who's going to get the money? Your kids. And what are they going to do? They're going to go spend it.
Yeah.
So why not you spend it? You're the one that earned it.
There was a book that came out. You may be familiar with this. It's been a while back, but it's called How to Die Broke.
Yep, I've read it.
Have you read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it got some strategies like this in it, or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've read it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
I
to
know.
die broke.
Yeah.
Anyway, and we
And
don't
that-
want to think about being broke.
Well-
but I understand the strategy.
That again, I go back and say, if you tell me what the stock market's going to do and the real estate market's going to do and all the investment markets, you tell me what they're going to do, and you tell me what day you're going to die, I will give you a perfect financial plan. But we don't know those things.
When I heard a little thing the other day, Stanley, and you can put this in your shepherd's bag, buddy, because I thought this was so good. And it was at a church meeting, and the guy was doing a little devotional, more or less, and he said, I got an app on my phone, and I can look at my bank account and tell exactly how much money I've got anytime I want to look at it. Okay. And he said, I've got that for each one of my accounts. I can look and see how much money I've got. I can see how much land I've got. I can see what I've got here and what I've got there. He said, but you don't own a thing that you can pull up and look and see how much time you've got left.
Very true. I like that.
You don't have a clue how much time you've got left.
That's exactly right.
And I thought that was pretty awesome,
Yep.
because I've never thought about it quite like that. And it kind of struck me. I'm like, he's right.
I'll use that. Thank you for sharing that. Because like I said, if you tell me what day you're going to die,
You don't have an app that'll tell you how much time.
I don't
you got.
want to know the day.
And we don't. God's designed it that way. We don't want
Yeah.
to know. So we're not promised the next breath. That's just the way it is.
Well, we'll get into annuities more next week, and after that, there's
All right.
different kinds, and
Well, I've led you all kind of
there's the
ways.
good,
that
the
you might
bad,
have had
and-
some stuff that you had intended to talk about. So
that's okay. But I mean, annuities are, like I said, they're some good, some bad, some are ugly. So you just have to, and people,
that sounds like a
unfortunately-
Clint Eastwood movie.
I know.
The good, the
I
bad,
use
the
it all
ugly.
the time. I use it. I think I saw it the other day. That's the first time I've seen it in years.
Oh my gosh!
But they're not all bad. See, like Fisher Investments, they got a thing. They advertise we're fiduciary and
Yes.
we don't want you to buy an annuity and all this. Well, the reason they don't is because they make commission off. They charge you a fee off of the money you have invested with them, and they won't talk to you unless you got $500,000.
Yeah.
So you go to them and say you got $1 million, and you put $1 million in there with them, then they're going to get 1% or whatever it is. I think it's about the average is about 1%. They're going to get 1% off of that money for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
If you put the money into an annuity and start drawing an income out, the insurance company pays me the commission. It doesn't come out of your account. But that 1% with Fisher, that comes out of your account.
Okay.
Fisher's that's how they make their money.
That's interesting.
So over a 20-year period, that can add up.
And that's probably why a lot of people think about financial planning or investors or financial planners not wanting to talk to you unless you have a lot of money, because you do hear sometimes sometimes if you have 100,000 or more, if you have this or more, then talk to us.
Well,
that kind of thing.
Okay, going back, I had an acquaintance, a friend of mine, and he came to me and he said, Stanley, I'm going to retire here. This was local.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, well, come on in and we'll talk. So we come in and I looked and I said, you've got all your 401k in the company stock. He goes, yeah, we believe in it. And I said, that's a very scary thing to do because you got it all in one basket instead of spreading it out in mutual funds.
Right.
So he said, well, what do I need to do? And I said, well, you can keep some money in the stock, but let's use these other ones here. So we spread it out a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was about a year later. I think that's when 2008 hit.
Yeah.
Everything crashed.
Yeah.
He come to me. Well, he didn't come to me. I saw him out somewhere, and he came up to me and says, thank you so much for helping me.
Yeah.
He said, we got other guys that they were wanting to retire, and they had all their money in the stock, and the stock went down 50%.
Yeah, it killed it.
It did.
Yeah.
2008 was crazy. I hope we never go through that again. I hope we never go through a depression like 1929 again.
Yeah, us too.
But we're going to have a correction. They call it a correction. We're going to have a drop in the market. It's inevitable.
Well, it always goes up and down, but its general direction has always been up over a period of time.
But remember, good investors do opposite what the Main Street does.
Yeah.
When the market goes down, that's when they're buying. When
That's
the market's
true.
going up, that's when they're selling.
I had something very, I guess, lucky for me happen. Of course, you remember 9/11. And when 9/11 happened, the stock market crashed. It just dropped.
Right.
Well, I was employed at that time, and we had, the 401k thing going on. And when I had signed up for it, this was in a younger day, when I signed up for it, I signed up for the most aggressive thing, I thought. Okay? But evidently I checked the wrong box, because what I had actually checked and what I really did was one that was very low risk and kind of a guaranteed spot. And so I remember, after that, everybody was talking about how much their 401k had took a hit. Well, mine didn't take a hit at all. And I was like, well, why? And then I talked to the guy, and he said, well, you put it in this type of fund, so it wasn't affected.
Put it in a bond fund instead of a stock fund.
So it wasn't affected at all.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, that's kind of, good for me, I guess. So then, while the market was completely down, I put everything back into the market.
That was smart.
And it started going back up. So I was very fortunate in that, but it was totally accident. A total
You didn't know
accident.
what you were doing.
A total accident.
Well,
So there you go.
sometimes that works out.
But that's why you have somebody good to talk to like you that help you not make a mistake.
Well,
Although that mistake worked out good
I
for
probably
me.
would have told you to put it in some stocks at that time, and you would have lost the money. So it goes both ways.
It goes both ways. But over time, the stock market has proven to be a good place to be.
Well, it has. There for a while, every 10-month snapshot. Mm-hmm. What I mean by that is if you took 1993 to 2003, you had a positive return. So every 10 years since I guess it's since 1927,
Yeah.
you always had a positive return until the 2000s came along.
Yeah.
So you had a negative return over a 10-year period for the first time ever. So
Yeah.
that got people's attention
I bet.
because, again, it goes back to the people's agenda. If
Yeah.
you're talking to a stockbroker, he wants you to buy put everything in stocks.
Yeah.
If you're talking to a person that only sells annuities, put everything into annuities.
Yeah.
Real estate. Why are you going to go do all that?
Everything in real estate. Yeah.
Everything in real estate. So you got to look at their agenda, basically. And I try to be a holistic, let's look at your total picture.
Yeah.
Let's have money here, here, here. Let's have some liquid money here. Let's have some growth money here,
Yeah.
and so forth. That's a good financial plan.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, people that don't want to spend the money up front for an unbiased opinion,
Yeah.
they say, oh, I don't have enough money. But then they go out and buy a product, and that product has commissions attached to them.
Yeah.
So they're paying for it regardless, one way or the other.
One way or the other, yeah. Well, everything seems to cost money, Stanley.
It does. It does.
Everything seems to cost money. It is 8:56 thereabouts, and we got a couple more minutes. Why don't you tell folks a little bit about you and where they can find out more and how to get in touch with you and all that kind of stuff. So,
Well, going back to annuities real quick,
Yeah.
there's different kinds of annuities. There's what we call the multi-year guaranteed annuity. It has like a CD. It has a certain interest rate. Then there's things called the fixed indexed annuity, FIA. That's attached to the whatever the index is in the stock market. You're guaranteed never to lose money with that, but you're also going to make money according to what the index does. But if the index goes up 12%, you're not going to make the 12%. You may make a portion of that. It may be 40% of that. You
Yeah.
may make whatever 4.8% at that point.
yeah.
And then there's variable annuities that do invest in the stock market, and those can be kind of complicated, but also has some stock market risk. You can lose money in those.
Mm-hmm.
And then my favorites are the single premium immediate annuities. That's where you can take your money, dump it in there, and create an income for the rest of your life that you can never outlive. So that's something to look at. And then there's something called a hybrid. It's a mixture of an annuity that has long-term care benefits to it. Used to, you bought a long-term care policy by itself, but it was very expensive, and you didn't know whether you're going to use it or not. You hope you never used it. You hope you never went into the assisted living or nursing home.
Yeah.
You hope you never touch it. Well, all those years you paid that premium, they're out the door. But
Yeah.
nowadays, and the market saw that, nowadays they combine long-term care benefits with annuities and with life insurance policies. So
There's a number of products.
right. So if you go if you have a health situation where you can't do 2 of the 6 daily activities, then you qualify for these benefits.
Right.
And that will pay your nursing home bill. It will come off your death benefit of your life insurance, or it will come off your annuity. So that creates something there.
Yeah.
But my number is 931-242-4495. And I also have something I came across talking about long-term care. Nobody wants to go to the nursing home. They want to stay home.
Yeah.
But they know they can't do everything they used to do.
Sure.
They've had maybe it was a stroke or whatever,
Yeah.
and they need some help but they want to stay home.
Yeah.
So they usually have like a skilled nursing care, general nursing care, physical therapy. They may have speech therapy, whatever it may be. And I have a plan now that will help you pay for those expenses for you to stay home.
Interesting.
And one of the other things it pays for is like home health aid.
Yeah.
And it pays you for that. And that's where people come in and take care of your house, basically. They take care of you, give you a bath, maybe cook some food for you, clean up the house a little bit, wash some clothes or whatever. Those are we need that. I need that as a single man. I don't have that now. But this policy also reimburses you for medicines.
Yeah.
So if you're taking a generic, every time you get it filled, they're going to pay you back for the generic. And if you're taking a name brand, they're going to give you twice as much money for the name brands.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's something that, most insurance policies I see over my 43 3 years or doing this is you never get your money back.
Yeah.
It's gone. You
Yeah.
know?
That's
So,
interesting.
This is
We need to know
this
more
is
about
something.
that. We need
Yeah.
to know more about that. Stanley Wilson, everybody, with Harvest Financial. And Stanley, I guess we got to go. We've run out of time. We'll see you next week, I guess.
Okay. Have a good week.
God bless. We're joining programming already started, so we'll see you next time.
Hurry up.